Hi, welcome to Secrets of Irving.
Mighty Isis.
Heard the latest? Freddie Carlton and Mac Leonard are competing in the big election for Auto Club president. It's a big fuss.
I'm familiar with Mac. He's one of my students. What's all the fuss about?
Do you know Freddie?
Name doesn't ring a bell.
I'll stop by and introduce you.
Freddie is supposed to be a surprise, but most of us can figure out what the fuss is going to be about.
Hey, Freddie!
Freddie, hi.
Hi.
So this is Freddie.
Miss Thomas, Frederica Carlson.
She's running for Auto Club president, and some people are down on her for being functional while female, even though her dad owns that garage and she grew up with her hands under a hood. We did a similar story in Shazam with Kelly, the girl who wanted to join the boys' track team. Except here, there's nothing written down anywhere that says a mechanic or auto club president has to have outdoor plumbing. Freddie isn't bucking a bad school policy like Kelly was. She's just bucking bigotry. Speaking of which, a big ball of it just rode up on a bike.
Where's your sports car, Mac? I hardly recognize you without it.
I came to pick up my dad's station wagon. I can't exactly drive two cars at once, can I?
You want to be Auto Club president and you can't even drive two cars at once? Loser! I'll bet Freddie could do it. Her dad is off today and Mac is annoyed that she worked on his dad's car. She rotated the tires. Yeah, I think he's protesting too much.
I guess it doesn't matter. As long as you didn't touch the engine.
Oh, that reminds me. I think your carburetor's off and needs adjustment.
There's nothing wrong with the carburetor. I checked it myself.
I assume that's supposed to inspire confidence. It didn't.
Besides, I don't think you know a carburetor from a piston rod.
Okay, Mr. Macho, how about you spell carburetor for me right now? And I'll give you a hint. It doesn't start with a K.
Mac, watch out for that gas can!
If his dad's car is putting out stuff like that after he checked the carburetor, Freddie's really got my vote now.
Oh, no! Cindy, call the fire department. I'll try and move these gas drums.
What about a fire extinguisher? Don't you have one? An auto garage without a fire extinguisher is not only insane, it's illegal. But it sure looks like that's one thing her dad forgot to buy. No offense, but I think I'll take my car to Three Finger Joe down the road from now on. Andrea had walked away for a moment, and now she sees the situation.
Mighty Isis.
Isis can make short work of the problem.
Power of fire at my command. Disappear when I raise my hand.
Using her power to make film run backwards, Isis puts the fire out and everyone is safe. Now it's time to blame each other.
It wasn't me who left that gas can there.
No, it was just you who didn't look behind you, screeched your tires inside the building, and ran over it.
Some auto club president you'd make.
Mac Leonard?
Mac's right. A good mechanic is always responsible for whatever happens in your shop.
I guess you're right, Isis.
That's telling her. Maybe now she'll leave mechanics to her dad.
I wouldn't gloat just yet, Mac.
It's just as much your fault. Careless driving is a sure way to get yourself or somebody else hurt.
Oh, Isis.
I think you owe Freddie a hand while I call the police department and tell them everything is all right here.
Girls.
They expect you to do stupid things like drive carefully, pay attention, talk respectfully to them. It really is too much. Later, they're gathered in Miss Thomas's lab.
This whole thing is stupid. Freddie's not qualified to run for Auto Club president, and she knows it.
I'm just as qualified as you are.
As Auto Club advisor, mind if I butt in?
Dr. Barnes, please.
Now then, just why are you so sure that Freddie isn't qualified, Mac?
Because she's a girl?
I think he's got a crush on her, and he's afraid if she's a better mechanic than he is, he won't have a shot with her. As if he did anyway.
Being a mechanic is a man's job.
Did I hear something about a man's job? Cookies, anyone?
Sure.
Being a mechanic is a man's job. So is baking cookies. Grow up, Mac.
Say, I've heard about this rivalry. You could solve the problem with a rally. Then the loser could drop out of the election.
You mean a race?
No, a rally. That's a terrific idea, Rick.
What's a rally? It's a timed course where you follow a map, but you don't race for speed.
It's a test of skill and driving ability. Can you handle it?
How does that determine who's a better mechanic? It'll tell you who's a better overall driver, but I thought the point was working on cars, not necessarily driving for skill. They agree, but Mac hasn't developed pubes yet, so he still has to strut like a peacock to feel like a man.
Hey, girl driver. Give up yet?
You want your carburetor fixed, or did you just come by to blow off hot air?
Ah, temper.
What temper? You're the one raising your voice.
Maybe you're right. I guess he is scared.
Who's scared?
Not me.
Prove it.
You bet I will.
Oh, no sissy rally. I'm in a drag race right now.
Cindy begs, but Freddie takes the bait. She jumps in her car and gets ready to street race with Mac.
Freddie, please don't. It's okay. Ready when you are.
All right, I'm ready.
No, Freddie. Cindy, give me the key. No, I won't. Only fools race in the street, not Auto Club president.
Give it to me.
Please, Freddie. You know better.
Everybody needs a friend like Cindy, especially when they don't realize it.
I'm not going to lose my driver's license because of you.
I knew it. You are chicken.
Cindy has her keys. What do you expect her to do? Chick fight her for him? Sad to say, he'd probably enjoy that.
You'll have the first checkpoint, Andrea. Then Rick, Cindy, and I will be at the finish line.
That means Mac starts first and then Freddie.
Right. 5 minutes apart.
I still don't see what this has to do with who's a better mechanic or more qualified to be Auto Club president, but off we go.
Well, that's it then. May the best man... best person win.
Why do we say that? Wouldn't it make a lot more sense to say something like, may everyone do their best and be safe? So much of our language is geared to pit us against each other like that. It's time to change that. My generation will never get it because we're not just stupid, we're also senile now. The rest of you, when you find an expression like that, change it and start using it. Encourage your friends to use it. That's how language works, and you as a single individual can change the entire dialect with things like that. Now you know, so you have no excuse not to get started. You're welcome.
Turn up left fork at Logan City, sign. Good luck, Freddie.
He's got such confidence in his skills, and he's sure he's so far superior to Freddie, he's going to cheat. Dude, if she finds out, you'll never get a date with her. If he had just knocked it down, he might be able to claim it was an accident if he was discovered. But that removes all doubt. And the camera showed us that he picked up a big nail in his tire while he was at it. Freddie arrives at the fork in the road. That way is a dead end. She loses a lot of time backtracking.
You're doing very well. Freddie should be by a little later.
Unless she's lost.
He's basically bragging about how he cheated.
You're 7 minutes off. What happened?
I didn't see the Logan City sign. Somehow I got lost.
What did you miss it? I don't know.
You can hear Andrea's wheels turning.
Oh, what's the use? I might as well give up. Now, that's just the attitude that Mac expects. Don't be a quitter. Freddie, you still have a chance.
Maybe ISIS will show up and carry your car through the air so you can catch up with Mac.
Okay, I'll show him.
Here at Irving Zoo, we've seen many times that the expression, I'll show him or I'll show them, doesn't turn out well. Freddie takes off. Andrea wants to see something, so she changes to ISIS and checks recent history in her gem.
I think Mac needs a little lesson in cooperation and fair play.
At the very least, he's disqualified from the rally for cheating, which means he drops out of the Auto Club president race. ISIS flies to a spot ahead of both of them on the course.
Oh, Mother Earth, assist me now to block that road across your brow. Very good. Now, up that road. That's fine.
Power poles walk funny, probably because they don't have any legs. I'm not going to comment on the tree shadow moving because it was a good effect even so.
Nothing like a mutual problem to bring two people together.
Okay, I see what she's doing. Clever.
Need some help?
No, I'm doing just fine myself.
He bent down, gave a mighty heave, and every disc in his spine came flying out like a bullet. Isis was able to find most of them.
Looks like you have a problem.
Yeah, you can say that again.
I've got some chains, but I don't think Mac wants any help from a girl.
That expression says she's right, but he's afraid to admit it.
That's too bad. If you two can't cooperate, then that's it for the rally. You'll both lose.
That's not fair.
There's nothing I can do except tell Mr. Mason and Dr. Barnes.
Okay, we'll use your chains and we'll move this pole together.
Maybe he'll get that date after all, once they get this thing out of the road.
Hey. Thanks for not spilling the beans about the signpost.
Signpost?
I knocked down the Logan City sign so you wouldn't see it.
So that's how I got lost.
Yeah, it was a dumb trick.
Sure was. Oh, come on, let's forget it. Let's start fresh from here.
You mean you aren't going to get mad and cry or anything?
She's a better man than you are, Mac. Whining and insulting and cheating is your game, not hers.
Look, do you want to finish this rally or don't you?
Sure.
Well, then let's move it.
They get the pole moved, then Mac says all the previous scores are thrown out. We start fresh here.
You go first, Freddie, and I'll follow you in exactly 5 minutes as the rules say. No tricks this time.
Thank you, Mac.
He was hoping for a kiss, but saying his name like that is just as good. At the next checkpoint, he admits Freddie is all right.
For a girl.
He still may have a ways to go. The camera reminds us about the nail in his tire as they head for the final checkpoint. Freddie finishes and Mac is on the way. And since this is television, he can't just ram into a dirt bank and get his car all smushed up.
Wind that carries me afar, now be a cushion for this car.
While Mac stares up Isis's skirt, the car settles to a nice soft landing. She shows him the nail, rubs his nose in the whole thing a little bit, and disappears. Mac is telling the story to the rest of the gang. Since he didn't finish, he has to forfeit the rally.
Well, Freddie deserves to win. She's a darn good sport.
Mac, I'm a little surprised and pleased to hear you say that.
Freddie's also a darn good driver.
And she's got his vote for Auto Club president. Question: why did they have to do this? Why didn't they both just run and see who got more votes? If Mac was sure a girl couldn't do it, why was he so insecure? All he had to do was campaign a little and then tally the votes. But you get the feeling he wasn't so sure he'd win. And if he did, he'd never get a date with her. But if he lost, all the guys would make fun of him for losing to a girl. Would a date with her be worth that? Oh yeah. And Mac knows it, even though he hasn't gotten pubes yet. I'll see you next time on Secrets of Irving.